Hey, good morning, boat friends. Saturday morning. Light snow here in Duluth, Minnesota. 29 degrees, 9-mile-per-hour wind. Always check that flag out. Thanks for joining me this morning. We have a 1,000-foot vessel going outbound to the lake. It's the American Century. Snowed overnight here in Duluth. About 2-3 inches. So as far as walking, you got to make sure that you have your boots on down here, walking around the canal. We'll go down there and check out the American Century here in a moment. We'll take a quick peek here. 1 second. Take a look. You'll see her bow coming into the picture right there. She's going to make that turn. Check out what's going on here in Canal Park by the lake. You got some people there sitting in their cars, probably waiting for the AC to get a little closer. A little bit of information about the American Century. 1,000 feet in length, as I mentioned. Built in 1981. She was built at the Bay Shipbuilding Company in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. She's owned and operated by the American Steamship Company out of New York. And she is going to be going out very heavy this morning with a full load of coal. So you definitely will see her sitting down in the water. She just departed CN dock. Little bit of ice out on the bay side in the harbor. Not too much here on the lake. Let's take a look at the lake before we head on down over to the canal. How you doing, Chuck? Again, the beautiful snow on the rocks. Take a quick peek at Duluth skyline. Light snow, very picturesque. I noticed they had a little decoration there on the anchor, if you see that hanging. Beautiful morning in Duluth. Let's take a look at the conditions in the canal. This will tell us the current. Take a look at there in the middle of the screen. There's an amber light on. It'll either be green, red, or amber. As we can tell, it's an amber light. That signifies 1 mile per hour inbound or outbound in the current in the canal. The current in the canal, 1 mile per hour inbound or outbound. Now, there's something really interesting this morning. You see Chuck in chat. Me and him were talking a little bit, and he brought up something to me that I've never heard about. It's called a seiche, and I would recommend after this live that you go Google this. Just Google weather seiche, and what it really is, when you take a look at the current here in the canal, when we see the ice moving inbound, outbound, you know, I always thought it was just the wind, or it could be the St. Louis River here on the backside. But that's not the case. What a seiche is, essentially, it's atmospheric pressure and wind that create a volatile current. And that's what really moves things around in the canal and really out in the lake in general. So I would recommend Google that right after you're done, weather seiche, and you'll see some interesting videos and information about that. So a little bit of info there from the science front. Again, thanks everybody for joining. 1,000-foot vessel is going to be going outbound. Take a look at the wind, 9 miles per hour. Yes, sir. Peppermint mocha, huh? Not too bad. Again, beautiful morning. Just got to make sure that you have your boots on. 29 degrees. Few inches of snow overnight here in Duluth. And as I mentioned, the American Century is going to be sitting pretty low in the lake. Multiple people drinking peppermint mocha. I might have to try that out. Again, I just want to thank all of you who are giving me so much encouragement, awesome comments, and really teaching me a lot about maritime industry and shipping in general. So I'm just a regular guy out here having fun, enjoying the ships, probably like all of you. So just come along with me on the ride. We'll have some fun each time. I'll try to do some research and learn a little more each time as we go. But as you can see, aerial lift bridge all the way up. Take a look at the crowd out here. A few people made it out. I think as the AC gets a little closer, probably see some more people out. Give you a little more perspective of the snow on the ground here. Minnesota News Now. Jason, how are you? I got the boots on, snow pants. See, the key is you got to have the snow pants. At least that's my opinion. You can go out with a heavy jacket, you can have mittens, you can have the hat, but the snow pants, that's key. So the snow pants I have, you know, it just blocks the wind from getting through and keeps you somewhat toasty. Now, when it's 20 below zero, that might be a different case, and that's actually coming here this coming week. So you stay warm and drink all the peppermint mochas you want, and I'll be out here in the cold. But I will have a peppermint mocha after the fact, so that actually sounds pretty good. My man Chuck. Yeah, you know, again, Chuck has taught me quite a few things down here, and it really it's really cool to have other people with the same passion, you know, especially with the ships. My family, you know, they're somewhat interested. I got kids and my wife, you know, they like it. They'll see the boats, but I've just it's a little deeper in me, I guess. So it's nice to see other people that really enjoy it. Let's take a look at the flags up here. And one thing I want to point out to everybody as well, I know most YouTubers, when they go live, they'll have the countdown and you'll see when they're coming on. What I like to do is I will have it set to go live, and that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to go live at whatever time that it says. What I like to do is you know, set up the live so you know I will be out with that ship. There are some ships I haven't been going out to. So if you see it on the screen, just assume I'm going to be going live within a half an hour, sometimes maybe 15-20 minutes. So don't get too upset with me that I don't go right on at that exact time, but it's just more or less to let you know that I will be going live with that ship. So just keep that in mind in the future. See, this is that powdery snow. This is snow that it's easier to shovel. Now, the last few days, especially in Park Point, you had some very dense wet snow. And actually, take a look out there. There's some people having fun, probably family out on Park Point. People still walk along that beach there on the other side. Beautiful morning to do that. So, see some of the snowflakes that are coming down. Well, let's go down. As always, we'll see the star of the show. And today it's American Century, 1,000 feet in length. Nice group of people down here checking it out. So here she is. And as always, we wish the captain and the crew a safe voyage out. Again, 1,000 feet in length, built in 1981, American Century, from the American Steamship Company. They're based out of New York. Full load of coal. So she's going to be sitting low in the water, as I mentioned. And to all the people that are watching the harbor cam right there, hello. I was watching it a little earlier. I watch it pretty much every day. It's kind of fun to see all those different perspectives where you can see the harbor and different angles. But here she comes out, and as you can see, sitting very low in the water, dual anchors in the very front there. Looks like there might be a little ice or snow. But as she gets closer, I'm going to show you the bow, the stern. We're going to take a look at how she cuts through the water, and help you really familiarize yourself with this beautiful vessel. And stick with me today. There's quite a few ships. I know I was talking to Chuck this morning, and you know, we were pretty interested in a couple that will be coming inbound today, and there'll also be a couple going outbound under the bridge. Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Esther, for that comment. You know, I try my best, everybody, to look at the comments and you know, respond, but I always like trying to get the best shot for you. So forgive me if I don't respond right away. But I did see you guys talking about the peppermint mocha earlier. That did not fly by me. Yeah, Chuck. So that's Seiche. That's look that up after the live stream. Just Google weather Seiche. S-E-I-C-H-E. So here's a turn. Let's take a look at this. That's a 1,000-foot vessel, folks, and look at that turn. I know I mentioned it a million times, but think of parking in your driveway or a parking spot. How we complain about that using the backup cameras. Look at this. That's not easy. As you can see, you got a couple stacks up and out. Now again, one thing to point out as well is that it looks like that might be harmful to the environment. This Great Lakes ship is outfitted with a conversion system that will take the harmful exhaust and actually turn it into steam. So that's what you're seeing right there. And Chuck, can you remind me in the comment, what was that? Was it called a stripper, or there was a certain terminology for that conversion system that they have on there? Morning, Matt. Hey, everybody. Great to see everybody on. 29 degrees here in Duluth, Minnesota. Light snow. We're going to enjoy a 1,000-foot vessel going outbound to the lake filled with coal. There you can see those dual anchors right there on the front. That's right, Chuck. It's a scrubber, and again, that's that conversion system that takes that harmful exhaust and converts that into steam. So really trying to help out the environment. 37 hatches on her deck. So hopefully we get a nice whistle exchange. And if you look closely up on the pilot house, the bridge up there, that's that long section at the top, you might see some people moving around. Definitely the captain's in here. Sitting very low, you can notice that. Good looking ship. And again, there's 13,000-foot vessels on the Great Lakes. All right, so now you know everybody's anticipating the whistle exchange between the American Century, the AC I like to call her. Take a look at the snow right on those dual anchors on the front. Great looking ship. And then you can see, I'll zoom out, you can see the radar there on top of that structure on the bow. Again, 1,000 feet. I mean, really, if you think about it, this is a 10-story building laying on its side. Huge. Let's take a look at her cutting through the water. 28 feet, as you can see. Beautiful ship. And I'm going to make sure that I get that stern. We're going to take a look at the propeller. You're going to see any kick up from that. I don't see any crew members on deck right now. I do see a couple people up in the pilot house. You can make them out between the windows on the backside. If you look right there, looks like right there you'll be able to see them. Looks like the captain navigating outbound here. It looks everything's going smooth. And so now we're waiting for the whistle exchange between the AC and the bridge. Take a look at that pilot house and the structure there. It's a, you know, again, you have Now, if you have issues getting up in the morning, you might want to And as you can see, you probably have the captain and the crew right up there waving at all the spectators. That's nice. We got a double salute. I was going to say, if you have issues getting up in the morning with your alarm clock, you might want to change your alarm clock to something similar to what the American Century just did, because I'll tell you, if you couldn't hear it through the microphone, it definitely rocks you for sure. But there she goes, up onto the lake. We wish her a safe voyage, the captain and the crew. They did a lot of work here over the last day, loading coal, so I'm sure a lot of people have some deserved rest coming. But there she goes. Thank you for joining. I'll be out here all weekend and we'll have some fun. There's quite a few other vessels going to be coming inbound or outbound, some fun ones. I'll be out here. So boat friends, thanks for joining. I'll see you soon.